Good morning, and I hope you've been well. And this is part 5 of our Slay the Princess playthrough. So last episode, just to recap that, a lot of interesting things happen. We went through chapter 1 again, but once we get towards the end, something did change. We weren't able to resist, and unfortunately, we had no choice but to go and attempt to slay the princess. Of course, like I thought beforehand, whether I did have the opportunity to save or slay, you end up dying regardless. So that, is something that, again, I brought up before, and of course happened. You die either way. Um, but what was interesting is going into the next phase where I tried to do something different and walk away. We did that for a little bit, and then it just kind of resetted us back to, I assume, chapter 1 here. So yeah, I know I'm super tired, and I'm gonna word my words really weird. I just don't know. I really like this psychological kind of game because it's really messing with my mind, which I do love a lot with these kind of games. I feel like I'm trying to look at this with like a microscope when I need to like step back and just look at the entire forest. I feel like there's just some things that I'm like overlooking and just not seeing. But I also feel in my mind there's just not a lot that's been given to me to really kind of get into like theories on what is even going on with this game. I feel like to some level there is something up with the narrator, there is something up with the princess, and I feel like it's some sort of endless loop almost. There has to be an end, of course, to the game, but I don't know. I just don't know.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Right. So again, this time, I guess again, I'll do the same thing.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within.
So again, redoing that whole thing and leaving the trail, it just takes you back to chapter 1.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them. Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
I guess proceed to the cabin. But again, I also, in my mind, I wonder why.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade.
Sorry, before I click on ahead and let the narrator do his thing, I don't understand it though. It's like, why the endless loop? Now, again, what's interesting is there was a subtle change, and I don't know if it was an error with my first choice of trying to save her, but now we're not able to save. It only allows you to slay. So
the blade is your implement.
I don't know.
You'll need it if you want to do this right.
I'm just gonna... It seems you can't really click any of it. But again, no matter what, I still don't want to get the blade. I really don't.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed.
Hi, just checking in. Lie, I'm here to save you. Hey, I think I'm here to slay you. Continue down the stairs. But again, I just go back to the one thing. And what are my words weird? I don't know the point of the endless loop. There has to be. Is it just like a thing with like we have like amnesia or something that we're just like, I don't know. Because like again, like there's got to be a reason for the loop. Like there has to be. I think it was these two that I went with before. I think it's this was the first one, this was the second one. I kind of want to keep it the same because like I don't want to lie. Just checking in on you. I don't really want to do that one either. High's kind of goofy. I mean, we could be a little... You know, I'm gonna go with my first initial one from the very beginning.
You must have the wrong address.
Great job, you've given away the element of surprise. Good luck, hero.
Thank you.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone?
See, because I know I could probably like skip over like the voices because like we've been through this before, but I don't know if anything different would happen, and that's what I worry about.
I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Hi. You were joking about coming to kill me, right? Do you think you could get me out of these chains? Okay.
Okay, so unless I'm missing some sort of like detail, it looks like the same one from chapter 1. Again, I don't want to get the blade. I don't want to keep her locked away. I guess same thing.
The princess hesitates before responding. She doesn't know. She's been down here too long to have any idea of what she'd do in another life. She knows what she'd do. She's just searching for whatever answer she thinks you want to hear.
Are you looking for the truth, or are you looking for the right answer? Because with the dynamic we have going on here, I don't think the specifics of what I do really matter.
I think it does matter though. Because again, well, I guess I don't know if she has suspicion of us knowing about the ending world thing, because like maybe she's just like some princess and can't really like end the world per se. Because like it is an idea, like the narrator is just, you know, just saying that just to say it, and maybe she can't actually do that to begin with. But I also, again, like I feel like the narrator, again, it's narrating a story and the narrator wants you to go about it in the way that he wants it. You see it when he takes control at the very beginning and we were able to resist, but the second time we weren't able to resist. So it's his story. If he wants it to be a thing that she has the ability to do so, then maybe she actually can, but then again, maybe I'm just looking too far into that.
It's not like you'd believe me.
Well, I would still want to hear it though. Right, and I assume, yeah, again, it just doesn't really go anywhere.
Oh.
She pauses, carefully formulating her words before she responds.
You can address me as Your Royal Highness. Or you can just call me Princess if Your Royal Highness is too formal.
Is Princess her name or her title? What if it's both? Could you imagine being named Princess Princess?
Like I said, you can call me Princess if you'd like. I'm sorry, I've been down here so long I guess I've just forgotten. I must have a name, though. Everyone has a name.
Okay, that's weird. She hadn't even thought to pick a name for herself. Hopefully you're starting to see that she can't be trusted. Go back upstairs, get the blade, and slay her before it's too late.
But again, I apologize for being quiet, because, like, again, I feel like I'm just being like a broken record. But again, I don't know what else to say besides what I've already said the past, like, few episodes, you know? Like, I don't know. Like, there has to be something that I'm not seeing. I know, and maybe, again, I'm just overanalyzing this. Maybe so. But again, like, I feel like with, like, these answers, like, I get almost nothing out of the narrator, and I get almost nothing out of the princess either. The only info that I've actually gotten that seems somewhat, you know, relevant is with, I'll call it the hands lady, you know? Yeah, I don't know. Again, we'll just go with this one.
I don't see what that has to do with anything.
This is the only time this is ever going to happen, but I agree with the princess. That's hardly relevant. Okay, but actually, what has she been eating? She has to eat, right?
See, and again, with the whole eating thing, it makes me think that, again, like, this is all just something that the narrator's, like, fabricated, you know? Like, this is by, like, his design and whatnot. And again, it could be me way over, like, analyzing this whole thing. But let's just say, like, ignoring that for a moment, it's an actual narrator. It's well, I'm sure, like, the narrator's like real, but, like, a narrator, an actual princess that may or may not want to end the world. If you are any sort of person chained up in a room below a cabin, you have to eat, you have to drink. So, yeah. But
Is that why
I don't
they
know.
put me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think.
See, but again, I talked about that during, like, the first episode, when she says, I think. Like, that's a little bit of an alarming thing to say.
I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here for so long.
But again, I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here for so long. But again, like, what if she just doesn't remember her name or the world outside? Because, like, again, the narrator never really got that far with it. Same thing with the name, never really got far enough to actually give her a name. Just her being called Princess or Your Highness. Going back to that idea.
That's... How long has she been locked away?
Did they tell you how I'm supposed to end the world?
No. I've been told it. Now that's interesting. Back then, I remember there was more options. This one doesn't have as many as before. I at least think I'm remembering that correctly. I've been told enough. I was hoping you'd tell me. No, but I'm sure they have their reasons for keeping that information a secret from me. But I don't agree with that, though. Because, again, I don't really like the narrator, and I've expressed that before. No, which is why I don't think you're actually dangerous. See, but again, I don't want to go in that direction either. Because it's not that I don't think she's dangerous. It's not that I trust the narrator. It's just I need some sort of validation for me to formulate my own opinion. Not being, you know, swayed by the princess or the narrator. You know, I want to be the one going over everything and then making a decision, like I did at the very start with going with saving her. I've been told enough. I was hoping you'd tell me. See, but again, I don't get... I mean, I can stay silent, but again, she's gonna be like, oh, well, they didn't tell you, did they? Same thing with this one, and then if I went with I was hoping you'd tell me, I'd be probably getting, like, another response like, oh, well, guess what? I can't do it. Sorry. Or some sort of like excuse kind of thing that, again, doesn't really lead me anywhere. I think I just want to go with the initial one that I've always gone with before. I've been told enough. But I don't know if it's a bad thing to continue doing the same thing, though. I don't know. I just don't know. Did they tell you how I'm supposed to end the world? I was hoping you'd tell me, but again, like, even if she could, why would she tell you that? I kind of want to go with something different. Sure, remain silent.
They haven't shared a thing, have they? All they've done is point a finger. At the end of the day, whatever the two of us have going on down here is about trust.
See, but again, it's a very similar, if not the same response that I got with, you know, the top one, like I've been told enough.
Whoever sent you to slay me claimed I was a threat to the world, but they didn't tell you why.
See, because I think the wording is slightly different than the other one, but it's still kind of the same, though.
I don't trust that. And I don't think you do either, or you wouldn't have come down here to talk.
Right, I agree with that.
She has a point. We're talking like this for a reason.
So this shouldn't be about what I'd do if I got out of here, or me saying the right thing to convince you to save me.
But it is, though.
This is about how messed up this whole situation is. This is my life we're talking about.
And again, this is why we're talking about it.
Do you really think I can even end the world? Why would I even want to?
I don't know.
We both know that if there's people we can't trust in this situation, it's whoever locked me down here, and it's whoever sent you here. And those two groups are probably one and the same.
And again, I feel like she's referring to the narrator, but I feel like it might be something else entirely. Because again, so far, the people that we've heard so far is the narrator, the hero, Smitten, greatest character by the way. What was the other one? The Observer or Observant? And that was a new one. And then us, of course. Because like, I feel like we're somebody else entirely. I don't think we're any of them. But I don't know.
Don't let her turn the tables here. This isn't about trust. This is about risk. We stand to lose everything, all for the sake of one person, and a subjugating monarch, no less.
Of course I'm locked up down here for a reason.
Can I know that reason?
I don't actually know what that reason is, but you don't just stuff a princess in a basement and throw away the key without there being some sort of an explanation, right?
You have all the explanation you need, and you should know better than to trust whatever she comes up with. That seems like a pretty good compromise.
I don't think I could bear being down here that much longer.
Leaving her alive is too risky. If you don't deal with her soon, she will find a way out.
See, but again, I apologize for not saying a lot, because again, like I feel like a lot of these episodes I'm just saying and echoing the same thing. But again, it's like, then what is even the point of keeping her down here if you know she's going to get out at some given point? You know what I mean? Like I mean, like the first chapter, like you seeing her like literally like ripping her arm with her teeth and whatnot, and just willing to go to that extent to just be out and free. So it's like, yeah.
So I'm the only one who liked that idea.
And then is this when she kind of goes a little crazy?
One way or another, I'm going to find a way out of
Right.
here. It would make it easier for both of us if you'd help. But if you don't, I can promise that you'll regret that decision.
You have to make a choice. Let's hope for all our sakes it's the right one.
See, but again, I don't... I just...
You can't be serious.
Thank you. Thank you. You won't regret this, I promise.
I don't... Again, I don't know. Maybe I'm just being stubborn about it. Maybe my hatred towards the narrator is just too much to be swayed by him. But I don't see a point locking the basement. I don't see a point getting the blade either. I don't see the point in that.
You're making a huge mistake. No, I think you're doing the right thing. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
Real quick. Okay, what is this? Hold up. More than you have found, but less than there are to find. I am infinite, the rest will find their own way home. Okay, make me forget. She asked that I tell you to remember her. You won't. Okay, so that's the... That's with hands. I'm just gonna call her hands. Right, so that's when that happens. Go into her flesh. Thank you. Or the opportunist. The world around you is unwound, its physical matter replaced by texture nothing. You find yourself in a long quiet once again, memory returns. There is a distant rumbling, a sound of many sounds, undulations, pulse louder, something other comes close. You already know what dwells in the empty spaces. Feelers probe across the fabric of reality. Extremities find your consciousness and wrap themselves around it. You are no longer alone. Confusion. Why are you here? I am unfinished. Resistance. Fingers drag claws across the glass surface of your soul. Across the glass surface of your soul. Frustration. This vessel is full of you. It is useless to us if it doesn't bring more gifts. Force pushing against your will. No, you cannot go back. Not there. Regret. This world is broken beyond repair. We must weave something new. A wagging finger. There is only so much thread in this place. Do not waste it. I am our only salvation. And then this just kind of goes back into what we're doing. I was just trying to see if anything different popped up there potentially. Let's go back upstairs.
Okay, I'll be here. Good luck.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut.
Right.
You hear the click of a lock sliding into place. Is someone else here?
I'm just gonna return to the bottom because we've tried it before, nothing really happens.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely hesitates before raising her arm to her mouth, her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf. As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you, the clang of bouncing metal.
Right, the blade.
It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now. Or we could use it to free her. You won't like what happens if you do that.
See, but again, this time there is no other option. And that's something that's interesting, though, that I go back to the very beginning. But again, I keep calling it a mistake, but to be fair, it's not a mistake, because I go back to the very beginning, like, there is no, like, what is again, like bad endings or anything like that. I forgot exactly what it said at the start of the game. So but I feel like there's gotta be like a way to like not be, you know, like given into this. I know I've tried playing around the idea of going back to like an old save, you know what I mean? But I don't really think that's ever like done anything at all for me.
Without hesitation, bring the blade down and plunge it into the princess's back. Finally.
And it kind of sucks though, because it's like I definitely did not want to do this though.
The wound drives her to the ground.
And I assume in some way, shape, and form we're about to die, right?
Okay. There's no going back now. I'm with you to the end.
You bastard.
Yeah.
Were you lying to me this whole time?
I didn't really want to do this, so sorry.
The princess pushes away from you, the motion ripping the blade from her back. Wounded, but still alive, she crouches on all fours in the corner of the room and meets your eyes with the ferocity of a cornered predator.
You've made a terrible enemy, and there's nothing in the world that can possibly save you from me.
I thought we had the upper hand, but it's as if she's barely even threatened by us. It's an act. She's wounded and unarmed. There's nothing she can do to hurt you.
See, but I don't agree with that. I assume, again, we're gonna end up dead, so...
I'm not so sure.
I'm with the hero on this one.
Don't waver now. As you ready your blade to deliver a lethal blow, she lunges at your legs with the same animal ferocity she used to tear at her arm. Your blade cuts into her again and again as you're tackled to the ground, your body racked with pain as she rips into you with tooth and claw. Forget about trying to rescue her. This is about survival now. Give her everything you've got.
See, but again, I can't. Yeah, because again, it just shows that there's Slay the Apprentice. I can't. Like, it's not a thing that I can, like, go back and maybe, like, something changes. Maybe there is a way. Or maybe I'm just overthinking this game.
Though your nerves are seizing with pain, you know you've done your fair share of damage as well, your blade having left deep gashes in the princess's back. You seize a moment of hesitation to throw her off of you and shakily push yourself back to your knees. We can still turn this around.
Sorry for the silence. I'm just a heavy thinker is all. We'll just continue. I see no point in this.
Are you serious? As what's left of your blood pools around you on the cobblestone floor, the blade falls from your trembling hands and clatters uselessly against the ground. I suppose you simply lacked the will to finish the job.
See, but again, like, regardless, it was either give up or, like, run and book it for the stairs. So, I don't know, at that point, it's like, I don't see a point running, because, like, she's just gonna, like, lunge at me anyways, or, you know what I mean? So at that point, it's just like, I'm done. If you want to kill me, do it. If you want to talk, we could talk, but I assume this ends in my death. No matter what scenario, I feel like you just die, though.
The princess, wounded but still alive, nervously jumps at the blade and kicks it far away from you before retreating into a dark corner of the room.
Okay, that's different.
Her shining eyes watch you from the darkness, unblinking and curious as you bleed out. We can only hope the wounds you managed to inflict will be enough to at least delay her escape from this place. If we're very lucky, they'll kill her before she can reach the outside world.
After all this time alone, I thought I'd finally found a friend, but you were just another monster, weren't you?
This is the end, isn't it? Before you can answer, everything goes dark, and you die.
Chapter 2: The Beast.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Same thing, I'm just gonna proceed to the cabin.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. Does a cat lie to a cornered mouse when it plays with its freedom? Or is it just acting out its nature?
No, that's a new character. Oh, I didn't mean to hit the mic there, sorry. Voice of the Hunted. Does a cat lie to a cornered mouse when it plays with its freedom, or is it just acting out its nature?
I don't see why that matters. A lie's a lie, and if anything, she's the one who's cornered. She could have gotten out of there whenever she wanted to. We should trust nothing that she tells us, only what we hear and smell.
I mean, I agree with the first part. She could have gotten out whenever she wanted to. That's the thing that, like, confuses me to no end, because I go back to, like, the narrator idea, but ignoring that for a moment, like, again, like, if she's willing to, like, you know, like, chew her, you know, flesh to get her arm out and whatnot, or hand out, whatever, then I don't see why she couldn't. But the second part, though, we should trust nothing that she tells us. Again, I don't think that's right either. Well, like, I agree and disagree. Like, I think there are some things that she's probably telling the truth about, but I also don't, again, like, trust her either. I don't know.
That's a very roundabout way of saying that you should listen to me and take this seriously. Maybe.
Also, how far are we into the episode? 34 minutes, okay.
The interior of the cabin is ruinous and dilapidated. It feels like no one has lived here for a long time, wind rushing in through cracks and holes in the wooden walls. The only furniture of note is a termite-eaten table with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
See, and again, what's interesting is new building, but the mirror's back. That's kind of interesting to me. Okay, I'm back. Sorry for the pause there.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Again, I kind of want to approach the mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here.
See, but that's an interesting thing. I wonder why he's not acknowledging the mirror, because I mean, like, clearly there's a mirror. Unless my character's going crazy. I don't really know.
What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. Or at least it'll be a mirror once we wipe off that layer of grime. You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now.
See, but that's interesting, so... It just disappears when we're about to, like, touch it.
But there was a mirror a second ago, and now it's gone.
Now what's cool is, like, again, the hunted and I think the hero is acknowledging that, yes, there was a mirror there, but the narrator's like, you guys are stupid. But either way, I don't want the blade.
No steel claw. Do you think we can talk our way out of this? I don't think she wants to talk.
Well, that's okay.
I guess we'll just have to trust that we made the right call. It'll still be here if we need it. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing what's left of an old wooden staircase. It's still sturdy enough that you can make your way down in one piece, though you'll have to be mindful of holes. The air seeping up from below is oddly warm and wet, as if you're descending into a jungle. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. She growls up the stairs.
I can smell you.
Alright.
She sounds almost feral, impatient, or maybe eager. You carefully make your way down the stairs. The last step gives way to the damp earth floor of a starlit pit. The walls are obscured by an impenetrable darkness, giving the illusion that the room might stretch on forever. You brush against the wide leaves of plants that surround you on all sides, seemingly the only living things that occupy this strange underground wilderness.
So I see, like, a tail and something over here, so I assume that's the princess, but she's more... animal?
The jungle is pressing in on us, hiding her from view. She could be anywhere.
I mean, I would assume she's right here.
You see only a flash of the princess before she scurries away into the underbrush, dragging her heavy chain behind her.
I assume a jump scare's coming.
Remember, she's just a princess.
I don't know about that.
She is certainly not just a princess. You're not helping. It doesn't matter what she is. It only matters what she does.
Fair point.
Her shining eyes appear between the leaves, staring hungrily at you from the darkness.
Well, she's just playing peekaboo is all.
I can hear your heart pounding from the bottom of the stairs, fledgling. You're right to be terrified. I'm so much more than you.
I'm sure you are, miss.
A shiver rushes up your spine and pulls you upright. The air's shifting. She's getting ready to pounce. Move, now.
I don't know about the chains really saving us. I kind of want to go with this one. We don't have to kill each other, you know that, right?
There's a shift in the humid air, and something enormous, Princess, lunges from the shadows, her maw unhinged and dripping, her eyes fierce and full of hunger.
That was a really crappy, like, scared sound.
She is too quick to outrun, too nimble to outmaneuver, too determined to overpower. This is her domain. You are devoured.
There's no way.
I guess that's it then, isn't it?
Really?
Unfortunately for you, no. This isn't it.
Oh.
You are in a dark and caustic place. A thick, fibrous lining constricts around you, its slick surface impossible to grip. Your hands scrabbling uselessly at your surroundings as they compress in on you. Your lungs can barely expand in such a tiny space.
Oh, we've been
Not that
swallowed
the humid,
alive.
finite air grants you more than a few shallow breaths at a time.
Nice.
You spoke when you needed to act.
What? I just thought I'd make the offer, but I guess now we're here. Well, I'm here.
The liquid pooling beneath you starts to seep into your skin. You itch, then sting, then burn as the acid begins its slow work.
Well, I don't know, cause like I feel like no matter what. No, that's not fair because like there's multiple options. Maybe moving was the right thing, because again, I sure, yeah, it's a blunder on my end. I probably should have moved because she seemed more like of like a, I guess like a predator more than anything, wanting to, I don't know, devour her prey or whatever. But similar to like the first and the second princess, like I really didn't want to get into violence immediately, but I guess again it's more so a mistake here because again more predator than princess. But even the narrator was like, well, she's just a princess, and I was kind of hoping we talk, but I guess not.
When I killed you, I tried to leave this place, but it wouldn't let me. You belong down there, it screamed at me. The world is better off without you in it.
When I killed you, I tried to leave this place, but it wouldn't let me. So I guess it's a like one of like the past, I guess like timeline princesses. When I killed you, I tried to leave this place, but it wouldn't let me. So again, going back to the whole like narrator thing, it's like him narrating a story. It's almost as if like it has to be in the way that he's narrating it. So because we died, she tried to escape. That's not how the story was meant to be, and it's like this endless loop until we get to some sort of ending. You belong down there. Now, I don't think that means like inside the stomach of the beast here, but I think something else entirely. You belong down there. It screamed at me. Now, I don't know what it means by it screamed at me. Is it talking about like hands, as I like to call her, the one princess with a ton of like hands around her? Is it something else entirely? You belong down there. It screamed at me. Maybe like down below, like we're meant to be the one that's chained up and not her. The world is better off without you in it. Maybe that's referring to like because of you being in this world, it's causing me to be stuck in this endless, you know, cycle, so you shouldn't be in here. I don't like, there's so many ways I feel like you could like interpret these words here. I don't know.
The flesh around you rumbles as the princess begins to move, her thundering footfalls twisting you helplessly about. Your skin protests as the corrosive liquid sloshes around you, but there will be no respite for you in sight. The burning grows stronger, and you can feel layers of you being peeled away.
But you don't belong down here. You came from somewhere else. You came from out there. So I consumed your dead heart, and I carried it in my throat, and I draped what was left of you on my back, and I threw myself against that door.
But you don't belong down here. You came from somewhere else. So I assume that's talking about like the other like world, because again, there was a mention with the one narrator, like, wait a minute, like you've been here, as like Spin and Hero, you know, again, kind of like said too much with the narrator. And he brought it before, like when a world is like doomed, or like you die, or you don't slay the princess, like it just dooms that timeline and it just like rewrites another. And he was saying like well, like, what was it again? The hero's like, well, it's fine, like, we're here now. And he's like, no, it's not good and fine. Because, again, like, you doomed a timeline, and it's not like you can continue this forever and ever. So I think that's what she's referring to, that you don't belong down here. You came from somewhere else. So we came from a different time. A different, you know, well, yeah, pretty simply, a different timeline. You came from out there. So I assume, again, from out there, maybe, again, like a different timeline thing. Something of a sort like that. If I'm wrong, then I'm wrong, but that's my guess. So I consumed your dead heart. Now that's an interesting line, because I feel like there's more meaning to that, but maybe I'm overthinking it. So I consumed your dead heart and I carried it in my throat. So, but again, like, I don't get that line, because, like, there has to be more meaning to, like, the dead heart thing, because, like, I mean, clearly I see a hand here, so I assume we're within, like, the belly of the beast here, but so I consumed your dead heart and I carried it in my throat. So, well, let me keep. And I draped what was left of you on my back and threw myself against that door. So I assume just, like, what, smashing our body against the door. But again, but how is the hand? Oh, I don't get that. Like, I feel like there's something more to that, but maybe I'm just overthinking it. So I consumed your dead heart and carried it in my throat. And I draped what was left of you on my back and threw it against the door. I think I'm just overthinking it.
She stops, her muscles tensing around you, and through the muffling layers of her flesh, you hear the whine of straining metal. And with a pop, she lurches forward, your body lurching right along with her. Her chains, she's loose.
But even then, it denied me freedom. You cannot fool me by draping yourself in decay. I know your true nature, and it is suffering.
But even then, it denied me freedom. You cannot fool me by draping yourself in decay. I know your true nature, and it is suffering. I mean, I think that kind of, like, makes sense, because, like, if we're continuing, like, this endless cycle of just dying, 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 and some more dying, then yeah.
Gravity pulls at you as you're hefted upwards, the distant creaking of ancient wooden steps barely audible over the thudding of the princess's heart.
And then it was gone, and I was here. A new enclosure, a nicer cage, but still a prison.
And then it was gone, and I was here. A new enclosure, a nicer cage, but still a prison.
I learned from my wounds. You're alive now. We can leave together.
I guess that's one way to lead together.
Does that work? Could she free herself if we're alive in here? Do you really need me to give you a definitive answer for you to understand that the situation is grim? Stop her. Do something.
Do what?
We don't have steel, but we have tooth and claw. Tear through her
Oh.
before we are her.
See, but that's the thing. Like, maybe it's just, again, just her, like, saying, like, random, like, edgy stuff. But I still feel there's something more to, like, the dead heart. And then, I don't know. Because, again, I understand, like, I overanalyze a lot of different things. But, like, with these psychological, like, games, I really like to just think, you know? Can you talk to the cabin? What does that even mean? Can you talk to the cabin? You could have asked me before swallowing me alive. Claw and bite. Fine, you can leave. You can leave, just let me go. Wait for death. I mean, like, I feel like regardless, you are about to be your meal. So, like, I don't... I don't see the point trying to like fight back at all. And I don't want to like fight against her, you know, either. If I don't have to. Can you talk to the cabin? See, but that line right there, that one's like intriguing because like I don't even know what that means. Can you talk to the cabin? You could have asked me before swallowing me alive.
I understand it, and it understands me. Talking is for those who don't know how to listen.
I understand it, and it understands me. Talking is for those who don't know how to listen.
Your body is violently jostled, the disruption causing burning skin to slop from raw muscle, and you hear what you can only assume is the princess pulling against the door to the cabin.
The cage is still locked.
Right, the door upstairs.
I don't think we can talk our way out of this. We are drowning in death. There's no more space for words.
You could have asked me before swallowing me alive. You need me to want to free you, don't you? You can force me to let you out of here. Sorry. You need me to want to free you, don't you? You can't force me to let you out. Just because I want freedom doesn't mean I want to give you yours. Like, I don't, like, I want freedom for everyone, right? I don't see a point in trying to, like, claw our way out. Fine, you could leave. You could just leave, just let me go.
I acted on my will, fledgling, and you acted on yours. The strong triumph, and the weak submit or perish.
Pulling his hand to bang as the princess desperately throws everything at the cabin door. Your flesh screams as your reddened, spongy body is hit with fresh waves of blistering acid.
You can't hold me forever.
I feel like at this point, though, we're just kind of like too far gone, so.
Every creature craves freedom. You will too before you die.
But will can never truly exceed the limits of the flesh. Your vision finally begins to blur, your eyes clouding over as they melt in their sockets. What little air remains in this rancid stew of flesh and slippery organs is finally too foul to breathe, and your lungs mercifully give out before you have to suffer another burning, liquefying moment. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Yeah. Chapter 3, The Wild.
We are a path in the woods. We have no beginning, and we have no end. But something cold and unnatural sits watching us from just beyond our edge.
That's cool and all, but I think this is where I end off today's episode. So, yeah. Next episode. Oh well, I also just noticed we're like 50-something minutes in. Yeah. Next episode we'll continue on. I will say this episode was really intriguing because like at the beginning, like again, like it seemed like this repetitive cycle, but then finally it's like something different kind of started to happen with us going into having to slay the princess, you know, but of course us still dying. And then the next chapter with the beast and unfortunately ending up in her belly and being digested alive, I guess, and getting some interesting info, but still not enough for me to like connect the dots on a lot of different things that run in my mind. But then we get to hear these cool, like squiggly looking trees. They actually look kind of cool. I like them. But now we get to like this here, chapter 3, The Wild, and I'm really intrigued and interested on how this plays out. So yeah, I think with that being said and done though, that'll be it for today's episode. I love you guys, take care of yourselves out there, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Good morning.